What's going on guys, Cesar here. Welcome to a brand new video. So I thought since it is Christmas, then I should do a Christmas related video. So today I want to talk about the most wholesome moment of Christmas in history. It was called the Christmas Truce, and it was a remarkable and spontaneous event that occurred during World War I. This happened during the year 1914, primarily along the Western Front. So basically in the early days of World War I, since World War I started in 1914 and ended in 1918. And what happened is that soldiers from opposing sides, and mainly the German and the British forces, there were also some French troops involved. They basically paused hostilities and engaged in an unofficial ceasefires. So basically the World War started in July 1914. But by December, which is the time where Christmas occurs, German soldiers reportedly started by, decorating their trenches with candles, and they started singing carols like the Silent Night, but they were singing it in German. And the British troops responded by singing their own carols. Eventually, soldiers ventured into no man's land, cautiously greeting each other. This is called the Christmas Truce of 1914. There are several statues all over the world to capture and commemorate this amazing event, because it had an amazing spirit. It was a remarkable event. This one, for example, is in Belgium, and this one is in England. Anyways, during the truce, after the soldiers greeted each other, they exchanged gifts like cigarettes, food, buttons, and souvenirs. They even played football together. They created two teams, one for Germany and one for British, and they just played football. They played a match. This is probably the best football event in history, in my opinion. I really wish these matches were recorded in videos. I'd watch them tens of times. Seriously, this is amazing. The best part about all this is that this was completely unofficial. No leaders and no politicians made that decision. The soldiers just did that from themselves. They even did joint burial ceremonies, where both sides worked together to bury their dead, holding impromptu services. The soldiers also exchanged stories and shook hands. They also took many interesting photographs together. This truce lasted from Christmas Eve to Christmas Day in many areas, while in some places it extended to the New Year. However, the ceasefire was temporary and fighting resumed afterwards. But here's the interesting thing. It is said, but it's not documented in history, but it's just said or heard of, that some soldiers refused to kill other soldiers that they celebrated with during the Christmas truce. So they had to be moved to other front lines and trenches so that the opposing soldiers from each side could kill each other and the war would work. Anyways, the moral of the story is soldiers do have hearts. Politicians don't.